Good morning.
Stream is live.
Stream is live. Good morning, Jeffrey. How are
Here
we
we
doing
are.
today?
Doing good, man. Doing good, Jeremy. Doing good. Doing good. We're shaking off the cobwebs from last night a little bit. Um, good times were had. There was a lot of bachata being danced. But here we are. We still made it.
We
We're
made it here.
back at it like a crack addict. 11 a.m. Wednesday morning, ready for the uninformed fan.
We
How about
are. We
yourself?
are. No, it's just like you, man. We had a nice night at work. A little chilly outside
Yeah.
on the dock bar, but we're here, and we're here because we have our one of our biggest shows is Gap Wedge Wednesday. The boys, I got people coming in from all over the country that have talked to me a couple times. They know about the show, they want the show, and this is a big week. So the boys are ready. The boys are going to join us in just a little bit. They're gonna tell us who they like, and as I like to call it, this is Trash Week.
It is trash week. We are the
It's
Waste Management Open this week, so it's a big one. Beers are going to be being thrown around everywhere. Justice, what's going on? Buff, what's going on? Good to see y'all, boys. Appreciate y'all always tuning in. Justice, I always think about you because my 7-month-old, I think he's 7 months today, actually, or tomorrow. Today's the 7th. Is that 8?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes, when you get too many kids, you get their dates mixed up. It is what it is. Don't judge me. However, I always think about you just because he watches Coco Melon now sometimes to fall asleep because they're singing and it's very therapeutic and so on and so forth. But the little baby's name is JJ, and so I always every time I'm looking, I'm like, I wonder if JJ watched this, and was thinking about why are they saying my name on television whenever this happens, but. Whatever. I digress. I do want to shout out. It was a good time had last night at Kitty O'Shea's Irish Pub Buffalo Bar. We got in there and got out of there, but I appreciate you joining us, Jeremy. It was so at the company that I work for and the resort. They have what's called J1s, and these are teammates and fellow coworkers that come in from a different country for a year and get to work at the resort in the hotel. And so their year had run out. We made a lot of really close, great connections with some of these people. Really, just truly unbelievable human beings. And so we were able to take them out last night and enjoy ourselves outside of work in a more comfortable setting. And you saw the music was playing loud and
Ooh, they
the
were
dancing was
they were
happening.
going,
And
man.
I,
They were
I think I
going.
think I was told about 4 or 5 times that Kitty O'Shea's needs to have a Latin night. I thought Tuesdays would probably be a little bit better. You could do some, I don't know, Taco Tuesday, something,
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, that's what I was
Hispanic night,
thinking.
something
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. Yeah.
Whatever. I'll say it. I don't care, dude.
I mean, the cheerleaders
got
have
a
taken
small-
over there for 2 weeks, because cheerleading's been town with
Funny.
nationals and all that stuff. So
Yeah, man, they're everywhere, dude. It's crazy.
everywhere they
God
they
bless
take
them.
they take
Appreciate
over. Well, good. Some things we want to talk about today. I kind of put some stuff up here, kind of a little bit late for it, but big game this week. I think there's something going on Sunday. Is that
What's
right?
going on this week? Anything? Yeah, I don't know. I got to
don't
work,
know.
so it doesn't really matter to me.
Me too. I got to work as well. But the Super Bowl's getting played this week. The hype, a lot of hype this week. Another thing came up was Taylor Swift is suing someone here in Central Florida. That's a story that just came out yesterday. I wanted to, and then
And
of
it's
course
not Donna Kelsey.
it is not Donna Kelsey. No. Even though she has been to the boathouse, I have seen her, ran into her before.
Tease there for you.
Few months ago. That was nice. But
They're basically locals at this
yeah,
point.
basically locals. And then we got the Bad Burrito Boys. We're getting them ready. They are joining us just in a little bit, and they're going to talk about the Trash Open, the Western Waste Management, which is probably one of the most exciting tournaments on the PGA Tour. And if you
For sure.
ever watch it, it's so great to just. It's so cool to be there, and I've never got to go to. I've gone to Scottsdale. I've gone golfing. I don't know if you've been out to Scottsdale ever been out there. It's gorgeous.
I've never been to Arizona. No,
It is gorgeous.
Never been to Arizona.
Never been. Oh man, hot.
Vegas a few times, Cali once, never Arizona. So, Justice, drop your parlays in the comments. Let's see what you got going on. Let's break it down.
So let's jump into it. Like I said, we got the big game this week. Is it gonna Jeff? The question I had to you earlier was, is this gonna live up to the hype? What do you? I mean,
I think it will.
this is a game where you got Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelsey, Taylor Swift taking on CMC, the Mr. Irrelevant, and George Kittle. Those guys. is this game going to live up to it? What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think these teams are so evenly matched. I think that's why you've seen the line where it's at. It's shading San Francisco, which I think has brought in a ton of action on the Chiefs. So the books are pretty much doing their job in terms of getting the biggest handle that they can get out there. Now, that being said, I was watching NFL Network always has the replay of the games, and so I was watching last night the
So was I.
replay of the
Yeah.
previous game, and it's 20-10. There's 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's 3rd and 15, and you're like, this game's over, man. Like,
Oh,
like this is not the Niners are winning. And then I watched a play breakdown where Patrick Mahomes goes into the huddle. He throws a ball to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill drops it, right, which sets up 3rd and 15. And they did the breakdown. Patrick Mahomes goes into the huddle and goes, "I'm around wasp, wasp, wasp." And they end up running this play. And sure enough, Mahomes says, "I just need 2.5, 3 seconds," and he gets it and ends up hitting Tyreek for like a 50-yarder. Kelsey scores a touchdown. All of a sudden, Jimmy G's feeling pressure, and the rest is history, man. Damian Williams off the edge for a touchdown. It's just that's the problem with the Chiefs, is that there is no quitting them. They're never down by too much. Now I know this offense is very different without Tyreek now, but I just, man, how do you ever go against Patrick Mahomes? I've been trying to get myself there because, and this is what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to bet the Chiefs and then root for the 49ers. And then whatever happens, I'm okay. Because if Logan wins, I'm happy, for Logan. And if, and all my Niners boys, DCAS, Frank, everybody, if they win, I'm so happy for them. But at the same time, I'm going to hedge my bet and go the other way with the Chiefs. I don't know. What do you feel? I'm so confused by this game.
I said this. I said this before the playoffs started. There was a day you weren't able to join us. I told Frank. I told Tyson. Listen, the Chiefs are the Chiefs, bro. It doesn't matter if they lose 3 of their last 4 games. It doesn't matter that their offense looks stagnant. It doesn't matter that they traded Tyreek Hill 2 years ago. They still won last year. This is a team, and people have been asking. Travis Kelce looked pedestrian for 6 games. Didn't do anything. Okay. And what's he done in the playoffs? Touchdown, 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 touchdown. Win, win, win. That's all they have to do. They're the team that, I heard the comparison the other day. Is Patrick Mahomes the new Tom Brady? I would think.
Yeah, absolutely, he is.
I think he is. He's got a better skill set. Brady was great at not making mistakes, and that's what Patrick has been this playoffs. Yeah. He hasn't thrown an interception yet. No turnovers.
I'll say this, like he's more talented, obviously, than Tom was, and Tom will tell you that too. But my thing is that I've watched Mahomes adapt to the teams that he has. When he knows that he needs to put up points, he's going to chuck it all over the yard. But when we've seen Mahomes also get to a point where he knows that he needs to be a game manager. Like I think the Baltimore game is the biggest example of that, where he just came out, got first downs, kept them off the field. Like, he played the role to a T of the game manager, which is what Brady was to start his career, right? Brady was the game manager to start his career. He relied on defense. He set back, let everything happen. And then later on in his career, Brady transitioned to, wait a minute, now I got Randy Moss. Now I got Gronk. Now I got these guys. I can light it up. I can be down 28-3 and come back and win a football game. And it's been beautiful to watch Mahomes and his development, winning road playoff games this year. I can't say enough nice stuff about Patrick Mahomes, honestly. The only thing that I hate about Patrick Mahomes is when he opens his mouth and speaks. Other than that,
Kermit the Frog.
the kid is absolutely perfect, man. So shout out to him. Justice, a couple different things that Justice has going this weekend.
Let's put him up there. Let's
touchdowns.
Yeah, let's show
Christian McCaffrey, Pacheco, and Ayuk. I'm assuming those are all parlayed together. Both teams to score a touchdown and a field goal in each half. I don't mind that, but I feel like you're just going to be taking the over in this game, right? Like the over under here is. I mean, you're betting on a lot of points. I do one thing that I do love. I do love the Travis Kelce over receiving yards. I think it's 70.5. I think Kelce has gone over that number like all but one game in his playoff tenure ever.
I,
So
I think if he
I
gets
think it's a
100
pretty
yards, he breaks Jerry Rice's record for most 100-yard games in the playoffs.
incredible, dude. What an incredible run by that guy as well.
Man,
Deserves all the happiness in the world. But I do like that. And then I was listening to Brandon Kravitz talk yesterday, and he said that he found a shop, um, or there was a line out there where they were doing total points scored, but it was by the number that was on the back of the jersey. Okay.
oh
So for
wow,
instance, Christian McCaffrey scores a touchdown, 23. Okay. Um, you know, uh,
twenty-two.
Isaiah Pacheco scored 22. No, 23. He's number 23.
Oh,
Yeah. Pacheco scores a touchdown. Now you add 10 to it. Okay. So on and so forth. And he was asking, he goes, what do you think the over under is set at? And he was asking his co-host Tyler. And Tyler was like 200. And Kravitz goes 125 and a half. And I'm thinking, I'm like,
2 Travis Kelce touchdowns.
or just a Kittle and a Kelsey touchdown.
My goodness.
Right? Like
yeah.
Kittle's 85 as well, too. But then I'm thinking, I'm like, they probably set this number, and you're talking like minus, like, because most Super Bowl odds, you get shitty odds, right? 115, minus 115, minus 120 each way. They just bend you over and take advantage of you. So I'm thinking, I'm like, well, you might as well just parlay those touchdowns together then. Like, if you think that those two are going to hit, and that's pretty much what you would need, right? I mean, unless you had a Kelsey, McCaffrey,
Debo,
Pacheco, Purdy runs one in. I don't know. It just that those just seem interesting. And I always love the Patrick Mahomes over rushing yards because we don't think Patrick Mahomes is mobile at all, right?
no.
But he just escapes in the pocket and picks up these huge first downs when he needs to. I think I'd be interested in that one as well too. But the Travis Kelce one is the one I love.
Yeah, I love that. And you were, like you said, you were watching that game last night. I didn't remember watching that game in 2019. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't remember it. It's not that I was, a walking brownout, as I like to call it. No, I probably was working because I've worked every Super Bowl. But I just don't remember that game. I was amazed. It was 9.5 minutes to go. It's 2010. You're like, this game is pretty much over. And then the Chiefs score those touchdowns and win it. And so, I mean,
like 6 minutes left, they score the touchdown, and then Garoppolo 3, and then it's like a minute and a half, and you're like, oh, the Niners getting the ball back. I remember exactly where I was, and I was at Kitty O'Shea's Irish Pub in Buffalo Bar, and I remember that it was this amount of money, all you can drink, all you can eat.
Is this the night?
Yeah.
Oh no!
and I go up there with my wife and my sister-in-law, and we sit there. We're watching the game, and I'm like, all right, whatever. The shots aren't included. It's fine, whatever. I'm drinking. We're having a good time. Food's gonna come out at halftime. Okay, so I'm like, all right, they're about to put out a spread at halftime. Like this is about to be rocking. I go in there, and it's the same halftime meal as they have for a Bills game. And I lost my shit on radio. I probably shouldn't have. It was probably a bad look. Like in retrospect, looking back on it, I could have had a conversation on the side. I didn't have to do it at the bar like I did. That was not very becoming of me. I will say that. But I was very upset. I was like, "There's no wings. What are we doing here?
They had Domino's.
I don't think. I think it was like pasta.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like a pasta pizza thing, and I was just like,
Jeffrey, not happy, not happy,
bro, not happy. It's all good. We've moved on. We're at a better place now.
No, what? Now what? I do want to know.
But at the time, I was like, it was like $75 a person or something like that.
What ended up happening at the end of that game? Was that not the night? That wasn't the night that I'm thinking of? No. Oh.
No, okay. You're thinking of the Bucks losing to the Rams.
2021. That's what I'm thinking of.
In the playoffs. Cooper Kupp, Todd Bowles run 0 blitz 2 plays in a row after we make this unbelievable comeback to get back in the game. And then we stand up cheering. And it always happens every year. The Bills game is directly after the Bucks game. To where I'm trying to watch my game, and these assholes are rolling in, just barking their mouse, you know. And at that time we had Tom Brady, and that wasn't okay for Bills fans either, because they have PTSD, and the name Tom Brady triggers them beyond belief. Very fragile fan base. But I remember we were standing up, we're cheering, we're high fiving. I remember Jamie O'Brien being there, whatever, and I turn around and look, and two people sat in the seats that I had when I was standing up cheering, and I go, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "Oh, well, you know, he said we could sit here." And I go, "Who is he? You know, who is he to tell you that you can sit here? You can't sit here." Blah blah blah. And literally, as we go from jubilation and cheering and happiness, they sit down. I get into this altercation with these two people. Boom, Cooper Cup. Boom, Cooper Cup. Boom, Matt Gay. Game's over. And I remember turning and looking at them and so, see what you did? Congratulations. Thank you so much. And yeah, another bad moment for me. But in fairness, don't sit in my fucking seats, dude. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm standing up to cheer, and you're gonna slide in, you weasels? Get out of here, dude. I don't care. You know.
Oh man, bad look for them. Bad look for Bills fans.
Yeah. Bad look. Speaking of Travis Kelce, though, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of Travis Kelce, I don't know if you saw this. I mentioned this to you before the show. Did you hear Taylor Swift is suing someone here in Central Florida?
I did not.
So
you told me before the show.
So apparently, Taylor Swift, her attorneys have sent a cease and desist letter to a UCF student. This kid's he's been known through social media for the last few years because he follows Elon Musk's. He's been like Elon Musk jet tracker is what his Twitter handle is or something like that. But he's followed Elon Musk. You know where this he apparently is a big environmentalist, and you know
apparently.
PJs are a big deal. There's you know, following CO2 emissions, and so he's been following Taylor Swift where she's been flying to for her Eras tour, and you know she's been all over the world. She was in South America. Right now she's in Asia, and you know, so the whole big thing this week has been, will Taylor Swift make it back to Vegas in time from Tokyo? So
she'll make it.
She'll make it. She'll make it.
13 hours.
Yeah, they've already said she's going to leave. She said, first off, she did say, I will not cut my performance short for this. So she's going to do her full 4-hour show.
Okay.
Get on a PJ and head to Vegas.
Yeah.
But they're suing this kid because they said that him tracking her is putting their client at risk.
100%. He shouldn't be doing that shit. First of all, I hate people that do this, okay? And I think you thought that I was going to go the other way on this, right? And stick up for the little guy. But no, fuck this kid, dude. All right, this kid is an asshole. All right, because you want to track and put out your EPA and the emissions that her PJ is putting out, like, shut up, dude. If you had a PJ, you'd be flying everywhere that you could, too. It's ridiculous that this kid is doing this. I hate they do it. I agree. I think it's a safety concern as well. You shouldn't be tracking anybody's plane. You shouldn't be tracking their movements. We know the government does it, but I don't need some random guy putting it out on social media what I'm doing. Like, that's just absolutely egregious to me. This kid's an asshole. You know, and listen, if we're going to talk about the environment or whatever you want to get into, you can have whatever opinion you want to. But, you know, what did I see? That the CO2 emissions, right? Do you know how much CO2? I saw this clip, right? And it was done. They were doing like a house hearing or something like that, and they had all these heads of these companies that were there, you know, and that are trying to, you know, reduce carbon dioxide, you know, emissions and certain shit like that. And the guy up there asking goes, how much of the atmosphere do you think is made up of carbon dioxide? And they all give their answer, right? One person starts at 3, and one person goes to 5, one person goes to, you know, 7. One guy goes, I'm going to go high. I'm going to go 8%. And he goes, yeah, dumbass. Do you know that it's actually 0.04% is what the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is? And do you know that at 0.02% plant life starts to die? That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, yeah.
Did not know
that.
Kid,
dude.
Yeah,
fuck this kid, dude. This kid should definitely stop doing it. Don't be a douchebag. Don't be an asshole. Leave this sweet lady alone. Okay?
She's
just
trying to
make
people happy.
Taylor Swift, bro. You're going after Taylor. we talked the Baltimore Ravens story, bro. She goes into the box. They said she was as nice as could be to everybody that was in there. They win the game. They're celebrating. Yada yada yada. Taylor Swift, she's like, about to go down this elevator. They had to hold it off so her and her entourage could get through. She goes back up and just peels off a blue note $100 bill for everybody that was around there that they had to interact with. Salt of the earth, dude. I'm so done with you people hating on Taylor Swift, bro. I'm done. I'm done with all of you. I'm done with you.
You're officially a Swiftie.
I mean, I don't want to say I'm a Swiftie. I'm a fan, right? I'm not making a friendship bracelet, right? We're not like going to that point. I'm not spending $1,000 on a ticket to go to a show. I might watch the movie. I have no problem doing that. Huddle around with the kids, pop some popcorn, have the family over, relax for a little bit, watch a movie.
I mean, you guys can watch it on Spectrum.
Yeah.
It's free on demand for you guys. So if
there we
it
go.
works, if it works.
I pay $300 a month for Spectrum to have shitty internet. Even though I have the highest one possible. So shout out to Spectrum. At least you haven't canceled this stream yet.
I mean, we've made it this far. Well, coming up this week, like I said earlier, it's the Trash Open, it's the Waste Management. Someone mentioned this to me the other day that, or maybe you guys said it. Is the Waste Management is it major worthy? Is that type of a tournament? Is something like that? And I said no, not at all. It's a good course. I said, but what it is it's probably the most fun tournament.
Yeah,
on the tour.
I don't think Xander Schauffele and Victor Hovland are dropping out of a Players Championship. Even Bay Hill, I would say, means a lot to the guys as well too. One of the toughest courses that's not a major on tour is Bay Hill. So yeah, absolutely. Whatever, Buff. Yeah, okay. I'm a Swiftie in denial. Sure. Like I said, I'll watch the movie. I'm going to root for her boyfriend in the Super Bowl. Not root for him, but I'm going to bet on him. Okay. I'm going to bet on her boyfriend in the Super Bowl. I'm probably going to bet that he proposes after the Super Bowl. Just cause we're getting there. I'm convincing myself day after day that it's happening. The only thing is that I don't know if he would do it because then she's got to fly right back to Japan. So I don't know. That's the only thing that's holding me back from firing away on it.
Does he have the ring in his sock, a la Terrell Owens back in the day?
Come on, bro. The game's over. The confetti's popping. She's on the field. They're enjoying their moment and their kiss and everything together. And yeah, he just
someone did ask him that question at Media Day the other day and said, which ring are you more excited for, the Super Bowl or the ring for Taylor? And
what did he say?
He goes, bro, obviously I'm looking for the Super Bowl ring. He said they're just enjoying life, which, I mean, listen, two superstars. I mean, Travis
Kelce, some good quarterbacks.
They probably make some good quarterbacks. Travis Kelce just enjoying his life. But there's still that conspiracy that, Taylor Swift, the NFL. One thing I did read. Did you hear this rumor that she might come out with Usher?
No.
I don't think it's going to happen.
What was the one? We got to get Tyson on Friday. He told me that there's a Super Bowl prop.
Yes.
For the Usher's first song that he sings. And
I know exactly.
Is it My Way?
My Way, man.
Is it My Way?
That's the one. I can't find
My
it.
Way. Yeah, they might have taken it off the board because the set list got released. But if you can find it somewhere, if you're out there and you can find it, hop on that. My Way is supposed to be pretty good. To get back to your Waste Management Open thing, I think it's a fun tournament. I don't know if all the guys enjoy it as much as we think they do. I don't know if everybody loves the atmosphere, right? Of everybody screaming around you when you're at the tee box. I think there's probably some traditionalists out there as well that aren't
traditionalists
really
hate
too
this
keen
tournament.
with it.
Hate this tournament. They're
Did you see where I guess we'll talk about Liv because I know the boys don't like to talk about Liv. No. That's a faux pas subject that we can't get into. and I can't pull a actual
Comment.
whatever out of them exactly. So, but you see where John Rahm, was like, oh, I would love for there to be a path back somehow to get
Yeah.
back to be able to play PGA Tour events, and Justin Thomas with the comments of, I don't know if we'd ever accept those guys back like they hoped that we would. Rory with the comments of we shouldn't hold it against them, and it just seems like there's a big divide right now. The comments from Spieth about saying that they don't need the player fund anymore because they got this other investment, and Rory and Spieth getting into it a little bit. There's just a lot of drama going on right now on the PGA Tour. It's very fascinating to me, but at the end of the day, Liv had their first tournament. The numbers were better than they were last year. However, a Pebble Beach tournament that literally didn't play a final round outdid them for numbers. So listen, it's tough for me to get there on Live, but it made me think about the music and the vibe and the atmosphere. And, if they were to get rid of the music on Live, I feel like I might be more in. But just sitting there and having the music blaring in the background, I don't know.
Yep. That's
it's cool in my car. I don't know if it's cool at a sporting event,
Right. Before the boys come in, I actually just thought of something I hadn't brought up with you. Have you heard the rumor about Bay Hill being it's one of our favorite tournaments to go to, with one Eldrick? Have you heard this rumor
that he's playing?
Yeah, it's rumor. Big news around Bay Hill right now that Eldrick will be playing.
They said it's the I believe they said at Media Day a couple of weeks ago that it was the biggest biggest secret that's known out there, or whatever the phrasing was. I'm a little fuzzy this morning. I do apologize, but had to take care of the J1s last night. But it's like the biggest secret that's not hidden out there is that Tiger's going to play. So yeah, I mean, I think it'll be great. That'll be a no-go for me. Like if Tiger wasn't playing, I would think about showing up to Bay Hill. But with Tiger being there,
God, if Tiger's there, it's
unless
gonna be a madhouse.
Unless my kids somehow wake up and decide that they love golf and they want to hear or go see Tiger, then I'm good. I won't subject myself to the masses of people. Or like I said to Tyson the other day, if I could sit on the house on 18 that overlooks the water and watch, then I'd be good with it as well too. But other than that, I'm probably out on Bay Hill.
I mean,
DJ falling in love again. What is Buff
song.
Talking about?
Yeah, Buff's talking songs. I do like the Joe Horn thing. Stash in the goalpost.
Stash the engagement ring in the goalpost.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, bro, as soon as he steps in the field, there's gonna be cameras like glued to him. Like they'll see any and everything that he does.
Everything.
I don't know. Like if she wasn't flying to Japan as soon as the game was over, I would think more about it. But the fact that she is flying to Japan as soon as the game is over, I don't know.
That's just a lot.
It's going to be tough for me to get there. Really tough for me to get there.
Well, speaking of more golf and everything that we like to talk about, the boys are here, so I'm going to add those guys in. This is Chad and Paul. You know them better as the Bad Burrito Boys. They are here. We appreciate that. We
Take it away, Jeremy. Go ahead.
Take it away. Boys, welcome in. Welcome, Chad, Paul, welcome in today to our Gap Wedge Wednesday show. How are we doing?
Testing.
Good. How you guys doing?
Oh, there we go. We got audio from both of you. Awesome.
Testing. Okay.
There we go.
Tyson said he didn't want to deal with you guys today. So you just have us. So
it's mutual.
If that's okay.
That makes sense to me.
Sheesh. What's going on, boys? How we doing? Everything good?
Oh yeah, I'm doing well. Starting to recover finally. So
recover from what?
Oh, this out of town experience I took last week.
Where'd you go?
Oh, we went on a little cruise for Frank's birthday /
Oh, nice, man.
Proposal.
Engaged now he is, our big man Frank Burgo. Jeremy, you didn't
Congrats to
go?
that.
No, you saw me all last week. You know I didn't go. Come on now. I'm not.
I'm trying to create content here. Just play along for 1 minute in your fucking life, dude. Unbelievable.
No,
Oh
no.
well, it's
I
good to
had
have you
work.
back.
Sorry.
It's good to have you
It's
back.
good to-
It was good to
be
see.
back.
Good to see you last night. We've been off for a few weeks from Gap Wedge Wednesday, and I've been longing and yearning for, like I said before, I want to click submit on $200 worth of golf bets at 11:59 before the tournament tees off on a Thursday, and I've missed that for the past 2 weeks. So it is what it is. Some really weird ones. Obviously, Pebble ends in 54 holes because of the weather. Just such a
Very
weird thing
live-like.
as well. Very live like 54 holes. Wyndham Clark ends up winning it, and then another long shot the week before as well too. Was that the Amex that we were talking about the week before, or was it a different
Yeah,
one?
Farmers.
Farmers. We
Amex
are
was-
farmers. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So we are moving on though, and Paul, how are you doing, man? I feel like I haven't seen you in a little bit.
I'm great. Yep, well rested.
Perfect. How's the family? Well
Chill out.
rested. Well rested, ready to go.
Great. Yeah.
Beautiful. It's a pleasure to have
No-
you. Thanks
no-
so much
no
for joining us
complaints.
today.
It's good.
We
it's a good
are
week to
moving
get
on,
back
though.
into it. Yeah.
This is a fun week, right? And I always love that this week always coincides with Super Bowl as well, too.
Yep.
You can say whatever you want, but to me, it makes it exciting on Sunday where you're able, to kind of watch all day, and golf leads right into Super Bowl. And, you're at the bar, you're hanging out, we're betting golf, we're happy. There's some old lady on the end of the bar bitching that football and pregame isn't on yet because she wants to watch Chris Collinsworth, break down Travis Kelce's moves on the top of his route tree. And she's angry at me.
This
that
sounds
lady
very
would
specific.
prefer-
It does
that
sound
lady
very
would
specific.
prefer if we were breaking down Dalton Kincaid, though.
Dalton
he's not playing
Kincaid.
anymore.
Okay, yeah. Right, yeah. Dalton Kincaid unfortunately plays for the Buffalo Bills, who will never win anything in their entire franchise's history. Shout out to them. Sucks, dude. I wish. No, actually, I don't. I don't wish. There's 4 of you that I like. The rest of you can, eat dicks. Anyway, speaking of eating dicks, we are moving on to the Waste Management Open this week. And it's exciting times. Obviously, it's going to be out there in TPC Scottsdale, the stadium course. One Scotty Scheffler is going to be your defending champion last year. Little $8.8 million purse. Not one of the higher ones, actually, when you look at it on tour, which is very interesting as well, too. Paul, what are we looking at with this course this week?
It is a par 71. It is 7,261 yards. It's a big change on green size from last week. Those who played last week on 3,500 square foot greens are getting double the greens this week. So just over 7,000 square feet. They're reclassifying the greens. In the past, they've referred to them as Bermuda, Desert Bermuda with the POA trivials. They've reclassified to POA in general, which would make this the 4th straight event on POA greens. It's the same greens as they've always played on here. So if you like guys, the difference between this course and the coastal POA courses is you're going to be able to run them a little faster here. And these greens are known to be pretty quick. So that's that as far as the grass reclassification goes there.
All right.
It is,
Heard that. Well,
yeah, it
listen,
is always
we
a
love
good
our
time.
grass here as well, too. Grass is very important to us here on the Uninformed Fan of the Gap Wedge Wednesday boys. An important topic as well. So POA again. Does that mean we're looking at people to maybe repeat from previous success the past few weeks, or just a little bit of a different animal, you think?
If we're going to see repeats, I would expect more from repeat success at this course versus repeat of the past, 3 weeks.
Yeah, there's with the greens like that that you're talking about right now is there's more undulation on the last courses they were playing. This one's pretty straight.
Gotcha.
Um, it's a lot easier for people to read these greens, so that's why you have guys that aren't the greatest putters that have won here. This guy, he's not a great putter, but when it's easier to read, then he can do it. Hideki, also multi-time winner here, is not a great putter either. So it's a lot easier for these guys to read these greens because they're pretty flat.
Heard that. Anybody we are targeting at the top of the board here, Chad?
Well, there's a couple trends that Paul and I were looking at that we're gonna probably stick to our guns on with these. We had 12 of the last 13 winners have had at least a top 7 in their last 5 events played up into this, and then the last 8 in a row have all had at least a top 10 here. So you're not looking for a lot of debutantes because this course in particular is very horse for the course heavy. You got guys that have, like JT's that I think he's had 6 straight top 17 finishes here. Xander Schauffele was another one, but he unfortunately withdrew. Hideki won back to back, like I said before. Ricky Fowler's got a nice run here. So you got guys that all play this course very well, and once you get used to it, it's like you know exactly where you want to be, how the greens are going to break and everything like that. So you want to you want to stick to those guys. As far as me at the
Ricky's
top
carrying
of the board,
a pretty good number too. So go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you were done. Ricky's carrying a pretty good number as well, right? Plus 6,000.
Yeah. The only problem with that, I thought he was going to fit into the trend, but he did not. So
Interesting.
I mean,
okay.
You can still back him because obviously he knows the course, and
right.
Maybe he just hasn't played courses he liked the last five rounds or 5 tournaments. But
I was kind of surprised looking at it to see, I feel like Justin Thomas is, just been up and down, but to see him as the second shortest betting favorite this week, to me, I thought was very interesting. I didn't have that pegged as, him being, top 2 with Scotty Scheffler. So
here's the thing with that is that, like I said, he's got 6 straight top 17 finishes at this course. If you look at his last 5 tournaments, I'm pretty sure he has all top 10s. And it's a name. It's a name.
He was 12. He was 12 at the Wyndham.
Oh, okay.
But if you go to the Hero, which take that with a grain of salt, but yeah, he's 6, 3, 5, and 12 in his last 4 recorded starts. He's been playing exceptionally well lately.
He's not the 2023
Yeah, which is cool. I'm a big JT fan. Watching Full Swing episode 2. You really got to know some of these guys.
Man, you cannot wait for Full Swing 2 to come out, can you?
I never made it past episode 2. That's the thing. Is that I've only watched episode 1 and 2 of Full Swing. I never made it past that.
When you have a favorite
ironic in itself as well.
Just quit. That's enough. You don't need another one. It was the best piece of television you've ever seen. So that's enough.
My FSU homer saw the Brooks Koepka episode. He's done.
That was it, bro. Yeah,
exactly.
I blew my load on that one. Actually, that sounded weird. Anyway, I don't know how to get back to where we were now. I just watched Griselda on Netflix, and man, Sofia Vergara, chef's kiss. And I'll tell you this: the first 4 episodes are fantastic. The last 2 I thought sucked, but that's what happens when somebody goes down that path. Anyway, getting back onto golf. A little bit of a letdown. Did you watch it, Paul?
No, it's on my list. It's in the queue.
It's on your list. Yeah, it's it's entertaining as a drug cartel show should be. I'll say that. Paul, we talked about the trends and what we're looking at and everything that's going down. Who are we targeting this week when it comes to players?
I just feel like JT's going to win. I know I say that a lot. It's 9-1 right now. I can't see myself betting it. But if I had to, like, all things equal,
I got 10-1 on Hard Rock, by the way.
yeah, it might be something that like you can put together with something else.
Hmm.
I don't know how much more juice you need on it. I don't know. It's such a tough because you go 10-1, 9-1, 12-1, whatever it is. I mean, your card is pretty short, and this is a place where we're coming off of 4 straight guys at 80-1 or better winning. So do you want to go right to the top of the board? I don't know. So
Yeah.
there's some guys that are interesting in the middle, and it may be a week just to hammer the top 20s and 10s and kind of go light on the outright market, but we'll
Yeah.
see. Chad has some
You
feelings
know what?
about
You know what you could do. Because you were saying, maybe you put it with something, and this is just me spitballing a little bit, but maybe you take whoever you think is going to win the Super Bowl, okay, and you parlay it together with like JT is the winner, and if JT wins, you can always hedge out before the Super Bowl starts if you'd like, if you don't want to, or B, you have a little boost to your Super Bowl success. Maybe a little in-game betting. I don't know. Yeah, but at least you have something else to close the week before that you can partake in to get there somehow.
So yeah, that's what I was thinking, but then I didn't want you to ask me who I thought was going to win the Super Bowl. So
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl, Paul?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I've gone back and forth about 3 times, with every possible narrative and everything else, and is we're going to see more Mahomes magic? Is this the year that Kyle Shanahan, gets his redemption?
yeah.
You know,
And like you would think that defensive line against the Chiefs offensive line should be a mismatch, but they just haven't shown up in the playoffs either. So it's like it's so tough to predict what the 49ers are going to do besides offense, right? Defensively, it's just been I don't know. It's going to be. I think it's going to be a good game. It should be very interesting. So obviously, Paul likes JT. Chad, what are we thinking about this week?
Going off of some of the trends and course history and everything like that, I'm gonna be looking at someone like Jordan Spieth. He's playing okay for now. Another guy at the top that met the quota is Sam Burns. He's been playing pretty well lately. Also has a decent history here. Those guys are both in the like 18 to 20 range.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at Burns at 20 and Spieth around 18.
Yeah, and then a guy that I feel like in the mid range that has a good shot at the course like this. I just don't know. Paul and I were talking about this earlier. How the atmosphere of this place might drive guys to play better. So that's why a lot of the first time players here aren't used to the atmosphere, so they feel like you have no idea what you're getting into when you come to a place like this. So Eric Cole is a first timer. The model has him up there, so he does everything well to play at a course like this. It's just the atmosphere of the fans and everything, and it's a totally different feel here. So I don't know if I got to back him because of that. Because like Paul and I were talking about earlier, it's like the young guys that are coming up. They like that. Like Sahith Theegala. I'm definitely putting him in at 40. First time he ever played here, he got third. So he's one of those guys that likes the energy and all that, and he plays. I feel like he plays better with the energy. So I'm definitely putting Sahith on my card. Another guy that plays well, he actually lives out there now, even though he's Canadian, is Adam Hadwin at 50 to 1. He's another horse for course out there. So those are a couple guys I like in the top of the board to mid range.
Anybody you're targeting in there, Paul?
Yeah, we've talked about Chesson Hadley. Seems to be popping at the top of the models that we looked at this week. He's a guy who, if you're looking to fill out the DK lineup, makes birdies in bunches, can be volatile at times, but if he's on his game, he's going to score some points. Not sure if he's got a win in him, but at the number that he's posting at, you're not investing too
long.
much for the outcome. Yeah, Ben on.
Yep.
Ben on, Twitter favorite. Been playing really well. He's shown up, and the of recent API fame, Kurt Kitayama. Just playing well recently. Good number on him. We'll be looking at guys that are doing what he's doing.
Love that. Anybody farther down the board you got?
So I do want to shout out one guy. When Chad and I started this, I don't know, it feels like 10 years ago now. We used to write down, well, Chad used to write down all the names, and then we'd read through the stats. We used to do it analog before these fancy spreadsheets like Fantasy National Golf Club existed. So we used to pull the data off the PGA Stats website and write it in and create our own deal and whatever else. And one name that we used to write down a lot and used to be popular for us was Bud Cauley.
Bud Cauley.
Bud Cauley got he had a car accident, I think back in 2018. Took him a little while to get back on the tour. Played a couple events in 2020. Just played a couple Corn Ferry Tour events. Made top 40 in both of those. His number is huge, undoubtedly, but he's an old favorite of ours, and he's 6,000 flat on DraftKings. So if you're trying to fit in two guys at the top, i.e. Scotty Scheffler, who's back-to-back winner here and been playing out of his mind other than the putter, and say Sam Burns, as Chad mentioned, or Justin Thomas, as I reluctantly said earlier, you're going to need some guys with value. And while Bud Cauley is not a name many who just started with us recognize, he's going to be in a couple lineups of mine, strictly for the nostalgia effect. And I don't even know what his number is because I didn't scroll down that far, but it's got to be in the 300 range on Hard Rock.
500.
Oh yeah, 500, even better. So throw a few dollars on old
A few
Bud.
shekels.
Yeah, and see, I'm sure that top 20 number is looking real good too.
Chad, anybody you got middle or bottom of the board?
I do like Paul's pick with Captain Kurt Kitayama. He hits the ball far. He can rack up birdies in bunches. Another guy I'm looking at in the 75 to 1 range is an Arizona State Sun Devil himself, Kevin Yu. It's the first time playing here, but he's definitely obviously played the course a lot. He's a local hometown kid, so everyone will be backing him. Excited to see what he can do out there. See if maybe he can be the next John Rahm or Phil Mickelson, but on the PGA Tour still. A couple other guys that are deep. As a guy that actually qualifies in our trend is Nick Taylor, and he's 150 to 1. The guy that his approach game is pretty good. Another one from our hometown that actually plays pretty well out on the West Coast is Sam Ryder. He aced 16 out there, or 17. The
16.
16? 17
Yeah,
par 4 with the water on the
17's
left.
drivable. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so he aced 16 out there, so he's got some good vibes out there. And he's at 150 to 1, both him and Nick Taylor. So you want to go for some long shots, those would be a couple guys I would look at. And the last guy I was looking at is Tom Hogue. He plays desert golf very well for some reason, for being from like North Dakota or something like that. But he is surprisingly well with desert golf. So it's a thin air, I think, that really helps him out.
Kurt. All right. Well, I like that. So, just a quick little recap, I think there was an Eric Cole that was in there. You had Hadwin, we had JT, we had Seth Gala, Chesson Hadley, Jordan Spieth, Ben On, Bud Cauley was in there as well too, and mentioned. We did have Kurt Kitayama as well too, from the infamous Bay Hill fame as well. Are you guys going to be thinking about hitting up Bay Hill this year?
I'll probably end up there 2, maybe 3 days. I don't know. Depends on
Somehow.
what kind of. I got some people that are trying to get me into some spots, so I don't know if I'll be roaming around with the peasants anymore. But there's not a tiger there, like you were saying.
Ooh.
But if
Can
I'm,
you kidnap me? Because I don't want to be around the peasants either.
I'll see
I'm
what I can
like
do.
so good on peasant shit right now. I'm just
Yeah, like I normally I just
yeah.
I know someone that lives out there, so I just use their driveway as a parking area, and then I walk on
Yeah.
the course. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna do
Just
that.
the
this
exact
year,
same
but
thing.
I would be okay with going if I was in a location that has service and food and drinks and
Yes.
and
a
watch
view.
golf rather. Yes, and a view obviously.
Dude, before you came on, I was just saying, I was like I will go, but I'll go if I'm on the house on 18 overlooking the water. Like I don't want to. I'm so good on being around a bunch of people. I'm so good on that.
Yeah, if Tiger's there, it's gonna be so much worse.
Yeah, and I'm at the age now. I'm
that.
so old. I don't want to be around anybody, bro. I just I want to go to Kitty's. I want to sit by myself for a little bit. Maybe talk to Jeremy Ian or Chatter Paul, and just that's it. I'm good.
We're all friended
I
out.
don't need any more friends.
Wait for the
Yeah,
old
I'm
lady
friend
at the end
out.
of the bar.
Ye-
You want the old
Yeah,
lady at the
I
end of
get
the
yelled
bar
at.
looking for pregame.
Get yelled at by the Bills backer. She was Chad. You were there, bro. You thought it was hilarious,
Yeah.
by the way, asshole. But she was aggressive with me, dude.
The next week I was gonna just cut the TV off like it went out.
Well, here's the funny part is that she got up and moved to a different spot in the bar because she was so angry, and Vivian grabbed the remote to change the channel to go off to where she moved to. And I was like, don't troll this old lady, man. Y'all leave this old hag alone, man. She's been a Bills fan her whole life, right?
We've already had enough heart attacks.
She's there by herself, probably has no husband.
You know the best
Based
part
on
I found out about
personality.
that lady? She's actually a server. She's actually a server somewhere. I found out.
She's a server somewhere. Where Cracker Barrel, Perkins, Denny's, I could not have had. I'm sorry, I gotta stop. All right, that was a low blow. Hey, so we did have a question during while you guys were on.
She could be a multimillionaire if she's Perkins.
She could be.
I worked at Perkins. All right.
They know. Hey.
Do we have a question?
Just a quick question. And Tort 96 wanted to ask this on Twitch.
Yeah.
What is the largest animal you could duct tape to a street lamp?
So is this because the largest and I mean is it living?
Like me personally,
Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah.
And
I would think
I have to wrangle it and duct tape it, or is this gonna be like a team thing?
The largest animal. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think you could duct tape to a street lamp? I already have it in my head. I already know what it is.
Oh, jeez.
Like there's like a fact to this, or it's just an opinion?
No, it's not a fact.
It's just an opinion. It's not. There's no fact. It's not like there's not a correct answer here.
It's not a trivia question.
I have the correct answer and I know it.
It's not an SAT question.
That's why I'm like,
oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was like studies on this.
Yes.
No, just like what? Yeah, what do you think?
It's like I have the answer in my head. I already know it.
From
I have my answer.
I
have my answer. I don't know. I'm saying I have my answer that I have. Which listen, I'll tell you what it is. I think it's a very large human being. Still considered an animal.
Okay.
You can get it inebriated enough to where you just have to prop it up and you can duct tape it to a street lamp. That's my answer.
I think it's a snake.
Okay.
I think it's like because you could get
Oh,
the end. You could get the end of it, and that thing's not going anywhere.
That's
I could
actually
duct
good.
tape.
That's a good
I
thought.
could duct tape an enormous snake's tail to a street lamp, and the head's gonna be doing its own thing, but it's
Yeah,
stuck.
biting the shit out of you.
okay. That would be messed up, right? Like
Oh,
you're
man.
just walking on your way to work, you know what I mean? And there's
Is-
some pissed off rattlesnake that just can't use its rattler and is just chomping at everybody.
Like, it's not a no. Those snakes don't get that big. I'm thinking like one of
Yeah,
those
he's going
ones
boa.
that they're hunting in the like an anaconda. or
Like
something.
an anaconda. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
'cause,
mean,
you know,
if
Speaking of anacondas,
or
did
a
you guys see
whale.
the Drake leak?
oh my god.
Stop it.
Hey, Jeff. No new
Absolutely
friends.
What?
No new friends.
not. I'd rather talk about live
What?
for 3 hours.
No new friends.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of Live. Like so they played their first tournament on this weekend, and the replay of the third round on Sunday at Pebble got 3 times as many ratings as Live did.
Oh, you know what's great is I heard that Vegas is really busy this week because Liv is there. All the
Vegas is
hotel.
doing what?
Vegas
Just
has
said, don't
week.
talk about Drake's dick. Whatever, man.
That's why Vegas is so
Funny.
busy this week. Because Liv is there.
Why is Live there?
They have a tournament. But
They're-
that's why Liv
they
said
finished-
Vegas is so busy because they're there.
I
They
believe
have
they
a Live
finished on
tournament this
Saturday.
weekend in Vegas?
Yes, Las Vegas Country Club.
What?
That's why all the hotels
week?
that's why
Yeah.
the hotels jumped up 3
And-
times in price.
And if
That's
you
so
are,
dumb.
why?
That's Liv.
Why wouldn't you put it there? You got people coming in all week with a ton of money. And,
Yeah,
and
but
you've
it's
got-
gonna be
you've got
so
a-
those hotels are gonna be sold out anyway. Like if I'm Vegas, I would rather have it on like an off week,
You think,
right?
if you're Vegas,
If you're Vegas, yeah, Vegas.
If
has
I'm
great Liv.
if I'm the city hosting the tournament, I don't want it the same week as Super Bowl. No, those hotels are gonna be sold out anyway. I
Well, you're
want
gonna
it
take
on
the
a
Live
separate
money.
week where I'm gonna sell out more hotels.
that doesn't
Yes.
matter at all.
Liv money is
It's there for Live. It's not there for Vegas.
yeah.
Well, Vegas
Vegas
is
Vegas
hosting
is doing
no.
fine. Vegas is gonna be there next week. There's no shortage of money in Vegas.
Everybody wants
Vegas
more
has
money.
so much money they don't even want Oakland A's to come.
Liv said, "What? The Super Bowl's in Vegas? Let's play an event there."
Jeremy, anything you got? I just realized that you've just been sitting here and staring at the screen, and I feel bad now.
But he
No,
looks
no.
cute doing it.
I'm good. I was just.
I think you're doing great.
I'm laughing at this tangent we just got on.
Chad, did you have an answer, by the way, to the duct tape question? You just kind of skated it.
A hummingbird.
A
You can't
hummingbird
catch a
is the
hummingbird.
largest animal. Yeah, how are you going to catch a hummingbird?
Can't even
With a
catch
net?
it. That's. I mean,
Chad's out there like,
I thought it could be dead.
you're bet you. If
a
you say
dead
chicken-
hummingbird?
It has to be a live animal. Then I'm gonna go with
The
my
largest
Chihuahua.
animal. What?
The largest animal I'm gonna duct tape to a pole is gonna be my Chihuahua, and I'll probably still get eaten up for it.
I'm duct taping Frank Burgo.
You can't.
Ooh. I would like to see that happen.
No, I'm not wrangling Frank. You know what I mean? But like, there's a way that Frank could be incapacitated.
Sure.
That's
It would take a
tough.
lot of us to prop him up. I feel like
Yeah,
she's a big
and
deal.
we'd have to stop him from eating and have him drink more. So that doesn't usually happen.
Okay. Boys, thank you. I appreciate you guys stopping by, joining in, and giving us all your plays. I look forward to seeing the finalized card tomorrow at 7:30 in the morning and me scrambling to get my bets in. We appreciate you. Have a great one. We will talk to you next week.
Good luck,
All right,
everybody.
boys. See you later.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck, boys. Later.
Peace.
You too.
All right. Well, did we want to talk about Drake's member or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
I know that's why Justice was sticking around. It was in case we flashed the pick, you know. Drake hanging on to his pool noodle. It's crazy.
Jesus. I did not see that one. So
What? No?
No.
Dude, it's insane. And then the comments on Twitter are hilarious too. It's like my girl turning red and laughing instead of saying, "Oh my God," and being appalled really has me feeling some type of way right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, guy can sing, guy can rap, guy can act. Good for him. I mean,
He started out his
speaking of
career,
anacondas.
started off his career in a wheelchair. He's come up. Okay,
Justice, are we hopping on? So new Call of Duty season drops today. New Call of Duty season comes out, I believe just dropped right now, actually. Let me go ahead and flick the PS5 on. Should be a good one. We got ranked play coming. We got Nick Merckx returning right now. I know. See, I was excited to talk to Tyson about this. And Tyson, he's got people at his house, couldn't be here today. But I really wanted to talk to him because Nicky Merckx, the return back to COD after getting canceled. We talked about Nick Merckx getting canceled on this show by Call of Duty, and then now to have him back, interesting. Interesting to say the least. Anything else you got for me, Jay?
God, no, I'm getting ready to go to work, so I gotta go see if my car will start. Go get some lunch, toss some stuff in the wash
Jesus
real quick,
Christ.
and
see if your car will start.
Yeah, I've been having some issues. I think I figured it out last night, so everything seems to be working better.
Last night?
Yeah. It's so it has something to do with my fog lights. I think some wire got hit or tripped in my little fender bender that I had a couple weeks ago. And so I got to take it to the.
We didn't have to go there. I wasn't going to ask you about that.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right. Well, listen, have a great one. We will be back on Friday. Friday will be our big Super Bowl breakdown show. We are kind of ramping up here this week. Obviously, we were off on Monday. Did a show today. Tyson will be back on Friday. I will be earlier and better spirits.
We'll be good to go on Friday.
We'll be good to go. GTG. Till then, listen, as Tyson would say, if you're out there driving, stay in the right hand lane.
Stay out of the left hand lane.
For the love of God. Yeah. Stay on the left hand lane. And everybody be great. Appreciate you guys. Thank you everybody for dropping in and being with us.
Subscribe, hit all the buttons on everything right there. We're now on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on all of them. Hit like, subscribe, keep watching.
If anything, just to tell us to go fuck ourselves.
That's true.
Drop in every once in a while.
We will see you guys on Friday.
Goodbye.